Hey, what's up, everyone? Baller here. We are now on this December 26, 2023 NBA Game Day. This is the second game for today. Another Eastern Conference matchup between Brooklyn Nets and Detroit Pistons. That'll happen at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. So that's going to be 8 o'clock a.m. here in Manila. I'm just inviting everyone who have not subscribed yet to our YouTube account or YouTube channel, Baller. Please click on the subscribe button below. At the same time, hit on that bell logo. That way, automatically, you guys will be receiving notifications whenever new videos are uploaded. By the way, the Brooklyn Nets, they are having a record of 14 wins and 15 losses approaching this game, while Detroit Pistons, man, 2 wins and 27 losses. This is, wow. I don't know how to describe this record that Detroit has. I hope that, they actually break this slump soon. I just can't imagine, how stressful this is, to the entire Detroit Pistons locker room. All right, so as we all know, we actually provide free picks right here in our YouTube channel, Baller. But for those of you all who would want to avail our premium picks or premium packages, you can actually reach us through Instagram, Telegram, WhatsApp, or even Messenger. Just check on the descriptions of these videos and you can see the details right there. By the way, the spread that is given is minus 6.5, and that's given towards Brooklyn Nets. Right, so Detroit Pistons, they will be having the home court advantage on this. In terms of fatigue, well, we can skip that part. Both teams are coming off rest. In terms of momentum, I guess this is quite obvious, man. Detroit Pistons, again, approaching this game, they are in a 26-game losing slump. That's just crazy. Now, for Brooklyn Nets, they are actually coming off a win. Matter of fact, these two teams have actually just played against one another like a couple of nights ago, and Brooklyn Nets actually won, allowing them to to get that win approaching this game. So again, Brooklyn Nets, they should have some momentum coming onto this game. Now let's take a look at the availability of the players and the health of both teams. Okay, starting with Brooklyn Nets, we have a couple of players out, and those are Ben Simmons and Lonnie Walker. While for Detroit Pistons, I guess there are development right here. Monte Morris is actually out still for Detroit Pistons, but we now have Isaiah Stewart, Jalen Duren, and Killian Hayes all listed as probable for this game. Right. Again, so Morris is confirmed out, while we have Stewart, Duren, and Hayes. All three are listed as probable for this game. Mind you, when these two teams actually played one another a couple of nights back, Brooklyn Nets won by 11, but Killian Hayes and Jalen Duren did not play. All right, so I gotta say that Detroit Pistons would have a slight advantage, because if you take a look at it, possibly there would just be one player who would not be playing for them, and that's Morris. Unlike Brooklyn Nets, there are already 2 players confirmed out for them. All right, not sure about the details of the record, but if I'm not mistaken, if ever Detroit Pistons would still lose this game, they will now be having their record for the longest losing streak or losing slump, however you want to call it. And I'm pretty sure that Detroit Pistons won't want that to happen, But of course, it's not that easy. If you are Brooklyn Nets, you don't want to be, the team that Detroit Pistons would grab their W with. You know what I'm saying? So it's not going to be that easy. But if you take a look at it, again, a huge development is the availability of Durant and Killian Hayes. Although it's not yet 100% sure, they are now both tagged as probable. So Detroit Pistons, they are also playing at home, so that's another thing. Brooklyn Nets, they won their last game, but for the last 10 games, they haven't been that well. They were on a roll at one point, but then Brooklyn Nets kind of messed up. For their last 10 games, they just won 4, so they are below 500% for their last game. So this one's gonna be tough, but I'm gonna side with Detroit Pistons here. Jalen Duren for me is actually their big, their best big. Isaiah Stewart for me is their most consistent big, but Jalen Duran is their best big. He has huge upside. He is so young. And Duran is highly likely playing on this one. For those of y'all who doesn't really watch Detroit Pistons games or who doesn't follow Jalen Duran, Duran actually averages double digits, double digits in rebounds and at the same time in scoring. So that's 12 points, 10 rebounds per game that Durant would actually give to Detroit. And of course, Killian Hayes can score. Killian Hayes can help in setting up their offense and all that. This is gonna be tough, but if I really have to choose between the two, I'm gonna side with Detroit Pistons because of two things, or make that three. Number one, they are at home. Number two, I'm pretty sure that there's extra motivation for Detroit Pistons to not lose because of that embarrassing record that they will be having if ever they will still lose this one. Number three, Jalen Duran highly likely will be playing, and if ever Duran will be playing, he should be starting for them, and then Bagley would be coming off the bench, giving more time for their bigs to actually give them more productivity and more effectiveness once they are on the court. So again, I'm not saying that Detroit will win, but I feel like Detroit Pistons would actually cover the spread of 6.5. Our pick, Detroit Pistons plus 6.5. Peace out. Pasay love, and God bless.